All right, let's talk about something that can help you win your case before you even walk into the room. Today, we're going to master the skeleton argument.
So here's a question for you. How do you make a winning impression before you've even said a single word? I mean, really think about that for a second.
Well, that's where the skeleton argument comes in. And honestly, the name is perfect. It's the bones of your case, right? Not the entire speech. The best way to think about it, it's basically the table of contents for what you're about to say. It gives the judge a super clear, instant roadmap of your entire case. So here's how we're going to break this all down. We'll start with the first impression. Then we'll look at the anatomy of an argument, what actually goes in it. After that, we'll cover writing with impact, the rules of the game, and trust me, you need to know those. And we'll wrap it up with your final blueprint. Okay, let's dive into section 1, the first impression. And look, this is so much more than just a piece of paper. Think of it as your opening move in a chess match. It really, really matters.
You've got to remember, this document, it lands on the judge's desk a full 48 hours before they even see your face. So a clean, well-structured, persuasive skeleton argument, it screams, I'm prepared, I'm a professional, and I've got a solid case. You're building that credibility right from the get-go.
All right, so you get why it's so important. Now let's actually dissect this thing. What are the essential parts you absolutely have to include?
Okay, these are the non-negotiables. You can't skip these. First, the basic case details. You know, the court, who the parties are. You have to list the counsel names, who's lead and who's junior. Then, the real meat of it, a sharp, concise summary of your submissions. And finally, and this is a big one, a complete list of every single authority, every case, every statute that you're going to rely on.
And this is great because here we can see a real-world example of all those pieces in action. See, right at the top, you've got the court and the parties. Then, look here, the submissions are laid out, numbered, super clear for each ground of appeal. And then, right down at the bottom, there's that comprehensive list of authorities. It just goes to show how good structure makes everything so much clearer.
Okay, now for the fun part, the art of it. I mean, having the right sections is one thing, but filling them with persuasive writing, that's what's going to make your argument truly hit home.
The absolute key here is to be clear and concise. You are not writing a rambling essay. You want something punchy and direct, like, Ground 1, the contract is void for uncertainty because the price was never agreed. Bam, simple. It's an overview, right? It's meant to guide the judge, not bury them in a mountain of details.
And that brings us to this magic number, 2. That's it. Your skeleton argument should be a maximum of 2 pages long. Seriously, any longer and you're just risking the judge tuning you out. Remember, it's a summary, a guide. Keeping it brief shows you're confident and you actually understand your own argument.
All right, let's get serious for a minute and talk about the rules. And let me be crystal clear. These are not suggestions. These are hard and fast requirements, and if you ignore them, there are some pretty serious consequences. This number is your new best friend, 48. You have to email this document to the judge and your opponent no later than 48 hours before the moot. Not 47 hours, not 24, 48 hours. That's the line in the sand.
So what happens if you miss that deadline? It's brutally simple. You get a 0 for this component of your grade. No ifs, ands, or buts, no excuses. It's a total zero-tolerance policy. And that just shows you how important this document really is.
And here's another big one, and this is a direct quote from the source material so you know it's serious. If an authority isn't listed in your skeleton argument, you can't use it. End of story. Trying to sneak in a surprise case during your speech? That's considered cheating. The judge can and likely will shut you down and stop you from even mentioning it. Everything has to be out on the table from the very beginning. Okay, so we've gone through the why, the what, the how, and the absolute must-dos. Let's pull all of that together into a final, actionable blueprint that you can use every single time you have to write one of these.
Here we go. 4 simple steps to get this right. Step 1, draft your submissions so they are crystal clear and to the point. Step 2, list every single authority you plan to use. And hey, put them in alphabetical order. Step 3, get that final PDF or doc file submitted at least 48 hours in advance. And step 4, don't forget to stick a physical copy in your court bundle. Just follow this checklist and you'll be golden.
And that really brings us to the final thought here. Your skeleton argument is so much more than just a summary. It's a direct reflection of your preparation, your professionalism, and frankly, the strength of your case. It's your opening move. So the question you've got to ask yourself is, what will yours say about you?